Well, they have done it again. They've qualified for the finals. I'm joined right now by Biofrost. Biofrost, all the other members of your team are doing features right now, so it's just you and me because you were the only one available. So here we are.
I know I was the least wanted out of the other four. That's why I'm here.
It's okay. It's okay. You know, like that's just how it goes sometimes. You know, neither of us wants you to be here. No, I'm just kidding. If I keep making these jokes, the YouTube comments will all flame me for being so rude. No, let's talk a little bit about the match today. First off, those first two games, super one-sided, it felt like, you know. And I thought that Dig was going to put up a bigger fight. They did later on, but, you know, what were your how were the games compared to your expectations?
I think for a lot of the games, if you win 2-0 like really decisively, it usually ends up like reverse sweep being a very like option where I think a lot of the games where we go 2-0 in the beginning, we're like, oh, okay, we need to play safe and we need to make sure that we don't get reverse swept here because that's honestly what we're thinking about. But if you think about it too much, then you'll actually get reverse swept. And I think in the fourth game, we were really close. So it was actually going to be a possibility if we had lost that game and went to game 5.
Yeah. That would have been scary for you guys for sure. Yeah. Why do you think it is? Because there are so many times. So I watch at home on these best of 5 days because I live right near the LCS studio, and then I just come over because I'd rather watch from my bed than from the press room. And there's this interesting thing that happens where every time I come here for the third game, the team loses the third game. You know, instead of just making this 3-0. I guess yesterday being the exception. But why do you think it is that type of thing happens?
Well, other than the part that it's probably cursed by you because you're coming. But more importantly, I think it's because, at least for the losing team, like in this case Dig, they have like nothing to lose really. Well, actually they do, but
everything to lose.
They have everything to lose, but it's like they're kind of their
desperation.
Their last stand, you know. This is going to be it. If you don't pull out everything that you got right now, then that's it. Yeah. And for us, we're kind of like, okay, let's just try not to, give them a lead, and we're going to be playing more safe. So sometimes that can be bad for us because we're changing our mindset from the first two games. And a lot of the times, if you win the first two games really handily, then you might become overconfident and have a game where you're not playing to your strengths.
Yeah. There's a lot of people just walking by right now, undressed or in some sort of strange state. Now, I think that's a fair answer. And transitioning to the finals, I also want to ask you, you know, we are about to see the greatest rivalry in League of Legends esports spark in Boston. You'll be there. Mark Z will be there, all right? This is the hottest rivalry in NALCS right now. This guy has called you out for your champ pool. He then called you out for your polite response to him calling you out for your champ pool. And now on stage, you'll have a chance to prove him wrong. Are you excited for this?
At this point, I think it's kind of funny. But yeah, of course I'm excited, and there's a reason why Mark thinks my champ pool is not as good as the other supports, and I will just try to show my best in the finals and show that I do have a deep champ pool where I can play a lot of different champions for a variety of situations.
You said last time that we interviewed that you were going to pull out cheese for playoffs.
I didn't really get to pull it out this game because there wasn't really a situation that called for it. And I said it wasn't going to necessarily be my cheese pick. It could be any of other 4, so who knows.
So Boston might have some cheese.
I mean, there's definitely going to be cheese in Boston.
Okay, that's great. That's
Maybe
great.
More.
Maybe more?
Yeah.
Okay, why? Is it from you guys or Immortals or both?
Immortal seems like a pretty cheesy team as well, so who knows.
I mean, are you worried at all about these guys? Because they are kind of on like that upswing.
Yeah, Immortals has looked really good, and they 3-0 COG, which has been a team that I guess for the past couple of splits they haven't been doing too well, but they've always been a team that you expect them to do better in playoffs. And Immortals, they haven't reached finals ever, and this is going to be their first time. Usually they fall short in semis, and now they finally reached the finals, and it'll be really cool to see, I guess. I'm not sure if they're locked in for Worlds, but...
Yeah, they are now.
Oh, they locked in.
You guys locked them in.
Oh, we locked them in. Okay, yeah, it'll be really cool to see a new organization going to Worlds like Immortals, and I think they're really good.
Very good. Now, last year in Toronto that was your first finals, right? I'm not crazy?
Yeah, my first finals was in Toronto.
So now you'll be going back to the East Coast to show that you still got it, or show if you still got it. This could be potentially your third finals and your third win, depending on if you can beat out Immortals. Is that exciting to you, or has this just become passe? You're like, yeah, whatever.
A 3P would be really cool. I don't think a lot of people can say that they've gotten a championship 3 times in a row. I don't think it's ever been done in NALCS. And that would mean a lot. And every time you win on the big stage, it's a moment that you don't easily forget. And it's like every time we win on the big stage, like in Toronto and Vancouver, they're like very life-defining moments for me.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Now, are you already looking towards Worlds? Because there's this interesting thing that happens here where, look, obviously there is prestige in winning first place and you get some extra cash. But because of your performance at MSI, we don't get an extra seed at Worlds. So it doesn't really matter from a Worlds perspective if you win this. So does that change the dynamics for you at all in Boston?
I don't think so. I think in the legacy of TSM, we always want to strive for first, and it does send a message. Of course, it kind of sucks that we won't be getting, it won't really matter if we get first or second in terms of world seeding, and hopefully that doesn't bite us back in the butt when we do end up going to Worlds. But yeah, we're going to be striving for first.
There's an ant here that I'm just going to... Yeah, I got it. Okay, good. We're good.
We have a lot of ants at the TSM house.
Really?
So they're probably attracted to us.
You guys should get a anti-ant sponsorship.
Yeah, I think we need that.
Yeah, you should do that. I was hoping to stall this interview just long enough for Mark to walk down this way because he comes out around this time.
Perfect.
Yeah, but he's not. It's not. Oh, he already left? Okay. Well, maybe the fan signing took too long, but. Oh, no, I have an ant on me. Okay, we're getting attacked by the ants. This has got to wrap up. Is there anything you want to say to any of the TSM fans out there?
Cheer for us in Boston, and hopefully we take first for you guys.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations on the win today, and congratulations on making it to Boston. Looking forward to seeing how you guys do there as well. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things LCS, including the finals next week, here on my YouTube channel. Okay, here we go. I want to introduce you to my cameraman, Broden. Come over here. Come over here. So for the most part, since I ended my Yahoo Esports career... Oh, you need to get over. Okay, cool. And then you need to crouch. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Is this better? Now we're out of focus, right? We're out of focus. Okay. Well, either way, since I ended my career at Yahoo, Broden, for the most part, a couple other people have helped out, but Broden's been doing this virtually for free at the LCS. So if you'd like to help support, some of that money will eventually maybe kind of make its way over to Broden. You can do so over at travisgaffer.com/support. What do you have to say for yourself, Broden?
Virtually nothing makes it into these pockets.
But you could change that, travisgaffer.com/support.